guys, Fat Daddy. Then we're going to do some apple pies. Love apple pies, fall. So in the fall you start to bake. And what I got here is, I don't know, I have probably 10 pounds of apples that I've already got cored, sliced up. I washed them, and we're going to just start ready to start mixing our stuff together for our pies. So we're going to do, I think there's enough for at least 4 pies here. I'm going to say probably 5. So for every pie you're going to do, for every 3 pounds of apples, you're going to put in a half a cup of sugar, a quarter of a cup of flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. All right? So this is a half a cup of sugar here. So I'm going to do there's 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5. I'm going to figure this is enough for 5 pies. All right. And you're going to do a quarter of a cup of flour for everyone. Now this is a half a cup, so there's 2. Four. There's 5. All right. And get this thing off. I love cinnamon. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't use enough cinnamon. 5. All right. And then I'm going to put in some nutmeg. Nutmeg will actually make it taste really good. But nutmeg's one of those weird things where some is good, too much isn't all that great. That's going to be 2. Alright, it is 5. Alright, now what we're going to do is you want to just mix all of this together. And this should make almost like a syrup, like a, when you get it all mixed together, you see the water coming out of the apples. You see it makes like a nice coating on all the apples. Yeah, you get that all mixed together good. And what to do is the flour, actually, I might put a little more flour in here. The flour actually will keep your all the water from your apples from pooling on the bottom and making your crust soft. But you see how much water we got here? I think I'm going to add, you can see the water in the bottom, see it? The bottom there? I'm going to add some more flour to make that thick, almost like a syrup. Charlie!
Yeah.
Can you get a scoop of flour for me?
Sure.
Not too much. Alright, start sprinkling that on there. Put about half of it on there. Alright. And the flour will help thicken things up a bit. Alright, put the rest of it right on there. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful, ain't it? See now, if you look at it now, yeah, come look at it now. See, it's much more of a, see how thick it is now? That's what we're looking for. Be nice, thick, almost like a gravy consistency. That's what you're looking for. That's beautiful. All right. Okay, wait right here. Let me go wash up. That's good stuff. All right. Okay. All right. So now that I got all that done, let me put that right there. Let me get. Now, my pie crust, I got the bottoms already done. I'm using store-bought pie crust that, I mean, before y'all start hating on me, I can make my own, but it's, the store-bought crust is just as good. Well, almost just as good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little flour and dust the inside of the crust. And we're just going to put a little bit on it and just going to tap out the extra. All right? All right. And what I did is I opened these up earlier. I put them in a pan. And then I put them in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour. And what will happen is, with these, and you got your crust, right? And they look great. Everything's beautiful. But if you make crust is made with a lot of butter. If you leave them out in the room, the butter will melt. So what happens is you put your pie, you put your filling in, you put your top on, you get it all done, you put it in the oven, and then the oven when it's hot is gonna melt the fats in the crust anyway. But if they're already soft, what happens is they tend to melt, and the bottom of your pie crust gets all gooey, like it doesn't look like it's cooked. It's all soft. That's because if you have your crust really cold, the fats are hard. You put your fillings in, you put it on, you shove it in, and it doesn't get disgusting like that. All right. So let's start scooping some of this stuff up. Once again, let me give it a good mix. You want that gravy consistency. Now we're just gonna stuff these pies. And don't forget, these apples are going to cook way down too. So it's not like you're overstuffing them. You squeeze it right in there, squish it right in, push it down. When you make a pie, make a pie. If you're not going to make a pie, don't bother. All right? Squish them in. All right. Like I said, I have enough for 5 pies. I only have 4. I have plenty of shells. I just don't have any pans. So what I'm going to have to do is go get one more. I'll probably go get a disposable pan. The pans I'm using here are actually pans that my mother and father had from like 20 years ago. I mean, the pans are really nice. Let's put a little bit more in these. See if I can stuff these any fuller. You know, you still got to leave enough room to get your top on too. And I might just take and use the pie shells and make some little apple turnovers or something like that with the leftovers, so I don't have to go buy any more pans. But you get the idea. So fill up your crust like that. Hold on, I'll wash again. It's dirty business. Hey. Oh. There's enough that I could make a couple of turnovers. This is what I think I'm going to do with that leftover apples. Okay. So, alright, now let me take some of my pie crust again. Okay, we're back after technical difficulties. Okay, we're getting with our top crust now. And I gotta mention, the whole time I've been doing this, I've had the oven, since I started working the apples, preheating to 425 degrees. I'm just rolling out these crusts. They're beautiful, actually. For a store-bought crust, how can you go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's it. All right. So you want to get a little bit of flour all over the crust, right? Then I'm going to take the crust. What I do is I fold it in half. You know, let's find a pie to work with here. How about this guy? There's not a whole lot of extra on this one, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Put it on there and fold it over. See, I make my pies really high, so I don't have a whole lot of extra on the crust. What we're going to do is we're going to go along and we're just going to pinch these together, the crust. If it breaks, don't worry about it. All right, just pinch them together. Like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to fold it under. Right, tuck it in. Fold it under, tuck it in. All the way around, fold it under, tuck it in. Right? And we'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to tuck it in. All right, so now we're all tucked, right? Now we got to pinch this together. The easiest way to do it is to use one finger, because everything's folded, tucked, right? Put one finger here and you push up. Now, I'm trying to figure a way to do it here. We do it this way. So you put a finger in. And what this does, this locks all the juice and stuff in. It puts the two crusts together. And it actually makes a pretty decorated pie shell. Hey, isn't that cool? Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is, let me get a knife. Oh, I need a little paring knife here, right? I'm just going to take the knife at the top. I'm going to make four little cuts at the top of the pie, right? Then I've got an egg wash here. All right, I'm going to show you on one pie, and then I'm going to cut. You usually see me do all four. The egg wash, a lot of people use a brush, whatever. Just use your hands, right? Just the whole entire pie crust, get right down in these little holes you made. Go right over the whole crust. Don't be afraid to put it on there. And what this is going to do, this egg wash is going to make your crust brown. All right, so let's get this out of the way. And then just go right in here, these little holes. All right. Just go right on. And then, I'm just going to rush this because I want to show you everything. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of granulated sugar. It's just regular sugar. Sprinkle a little bit of sugar on the top of the crust. And if you want, which I want because I've already told you that I like cinnamon, put the little shaker back on. And then just put a little bit of cinnamon on there. And then you're going to bake this in a 425-degree oven. Oh, look at it. I mean, the cinnamon may look disgusting now, but it'll brown up nice. That's a nice pie, right? Bake it at 425 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. I'll come back and I'll show you the pies when we take them out, because I'm going to cook 2 of them and I'm going to freeze 2 of them. All right? So we'll come back and I'll show you this one is done. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, we're back. Pies are out the oven. I just took them out so they're hot. But let me lift them up here so you can see them. It's been in there for about 50 minutes. You notice how before crust was big and the apples all cooked down. As I'm saying, you can fit a lot of apples into these pies. Crust all cooked down, nice and brown. This one, it got a little bit crispy on one side, but that's all right. That'll be my pie anyway. But this looks great. Look delicious. Nice and brown. That caramel colored filling is starting to ooze out. Everything looks beautiful. They drop a little bit. I mean, they're a little higher when they're in the oven, but they drop. Now the other ones, just stay there for a minute. And what I do with the other ones is these I made actually, I found them, they made last year, but I put them in the freezer. I just wrap some aluminum foil around them real loose. Stick them in the freezer overnight till they get frozen all the way through, like these. And then what I'll do is I'll take these vacuum sealed bags and I'll shove them in there. They're real tight fit, but they will just fit in there. You've got to stretch the bag a little bit. And then I'll seal them up and I can freeze them. Then when I want one, I just take it out, put the egg wash on the top, sprinkle with some sugar, and put it in the oven. So we'll freeze a couple. And then we had some leftovers, so we made some turnovers, which are basically, I get 2 turnovers out of the chop. I just take it, I roll it out, round. I cut the crust in half, put some filling on it, some egg wash around the edges, fold it over. So it's like a little apple, apple turnover. So I could get 4 apple turnovers in the upper and lower. So 2 from the upper crust, 2 from the lower crust. So I had 2 pie crusts left over. The reason I didn't have any more pie pans, these pie pans are not the disposable pie pans. These are actually old pie pans. They're like back from the 60s, 50s, 60s, even the 70s, that my parents had. I have 6 of them. We're going to make 6 pies. And, of course, I have 2 pie pans that are still being frozen with pies in them. So I made 4 pies. I cooked 2. 1 for my father and mother, 1 for me and the kids. And then I'll freeze 2. So I'll have 4 frozen pies in the oven. And then when these are done, but you see the pans, they're not disposable pans. They're actually, this pie's still hot, so they're actually regular pie pans, real pie pans. So if for some reason they don't cook as good in the disposable pans for me, the aluminum pans. So I like to use the real pie pans. But that's it. So that's how we make pie, and we're just going to cook off these turnovers, and who knows what we'll make next. I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.